Well, we take our attention now to the collapse of the Synagogue Church guest house. As you're aware, many South Africans were victims of this particular collapse. The last count, I think about 84 of them were said to have been affected. We're now joined on the program by the ambassador of South Africa, the High Commissioner of South Africa to Nigeria, Ambassador Lulu Nguni. He joins us via telephone. Good morning, Ambassador, and thank you for joining us this morning on Sunrise Daily.
Good morning, Mbante.
A lot of people have been worried as to, first of all, perhaps I should start by extending our condolences to the people of South Africa and the South African government over the death of about 84 of its citizens and the injury that was done to some in the building collapse.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We really heartened by that.
Well, a lot of people are worried as to how this now affects Nigeria-South Africa relations, especially in the wake of this particular collapse. Does it affect our relationship in any way, bilateral relationship, that is?
No, I don't think it affects them. You know, South Africa and Nigeria come a long way in building the relationship with two countries. We started during our years of struggle against apartheid and colonialism. And under difficult conditions, we never ever away from each other. Instead, the challenges that face us brought us much more closer to each other. So I think that what has happened will strengthen our ties and will make us to reflect on mistakes that have been committed, which we need to address so that we do not have such incidences again. We will share our experiences, and of course, Nigeria has been very helpful in us repatriating our people and doing many other things. So we really feel strong in the presence of Nigeria despite the challenges.
Do you have any updates on the status of those who were injured? We hope that no one else has been reported dead. And we're asking, we know that identification process is supposed to begin of those who died in this particular incident. What updates do you have on the scenario that happened at the Synagogue Church guest house?
Well, firstly, I would like to indicate that we had about 96 people who were in, but most of them have since been sent back home. There were only two that were seriously injured, and we were worried that we may lose them. But well, so far we haven't had anything bad. There was one that had a piece of road that pierced through her right breast and then went through just below the shoulder blade. We actually thought that the person was going to be okay. When I visited her in hospital, she looked strong. She was able to relate the incident. But then later on, when our medical specialist came, they realized that actually this steel rod had pierced through her lung. And that actually led to her health deteriorating. And of course, we also had another one. This one had a problem of kidneys as a result of the accident. Then she was now in dialysis. So also that one was in a bad state. But our doctors managed to, take care of the two until they reached South Africa, and now they are under specialized care. I'm sure they will survive. So that's the position with the ones who were hospitalized. Okay. But now, as we have clearly indicated, I'm around 84, that passed on. And then, of course, those are South Africans, but now putting South Africans, Nigerians, and others, the numbers could be viewed as 115, that is 115. That is the situation at the moment.
So you're confirming to us that of those who have been sent back home for further medical treatment, nobody has, given up the ghost while at home?
No, up to so far, no, nobody. But we are watching very closely, and then we will always report that to yourselves about what is happening.
Now, this brings us to the next question in terms of casualty figures. The authorities here in Nigeria say that the final figure they have is 86 in terms of those who have died, and that about 84 of them are said to be South Africans. But it would seem that your government has a different figure of 115. Do you mind telling us where the source of your own figures?
Well, I thought that we had managed to transcend that difference, but now we are all in agreement. Actually, there are about 115, but there is another body that was in hospital that has been discovered, which is up to 116. So we still stand by the figure that which we said is the numbering of the people who died. I mean, our forensic experts have gone through all the bodies. They went through all the bodies, I think about 114, because they could not, I mean, the two were not in a good shape could be confirmed. So now, and we were dealing with the same bodies as the Nigerians. So now it would be funny that if we were to still come with quite different numbers. We still maintained about our 84, but we say the total number is 115. But now, because of the new body, it's 116.
So you're saying that the number of casualties of those that lost their lives has increased to 116. But where are you getting your figures from?
Well, I think the first thing, from the very beginning of this incident, we deployed our people on the ground to make sure that they are there to count the number of people who were deceased. Fortunately enough, these people, when they came from South Africa, they came under different coordinators. So we were every day sitting down, reflecting on their numbers, asking the coordinators to brief us, and of course we were asking them a lot of questions. That is how we finally reached the 67, the initial 67. And then, of course, we had 17. That was unaccounted for. We did not know where they were because even the coordinators could not tell us what happened to them. And then later on, we confirmed 10 because they had some documents or IDs in their clothes. So now we said, okay, the 10 is confirmed. Then 7 was not confirmed, and then 17 was unaccounted for. And then later on, we went on observing the removal of the rubble and the bodies under the rubble. And then thereafter, when this thing concluded, the diggings and everything, then we all agreed that even those that were unaccounted for must have died. But of course, and then on last week Thursday, our forensic team came in, visited the morgue, the 3 morgues, the 2 private and 1 government, and then there was 6 bodies in 1 mortuary, and then in another there was 46, and in another there was 63. And all these numbers added up to 115.